Welcome to Making a Murderer, Rubberducky with a head cold. Alright, guys, I'm so sorry. I am coming to you with a head cold. Um, Welcome to our daily MaM Read CASO Investigative Reports, Part 104. Page 1031. Type of activity: receipt of laboratory report from the Federal Bureau of Investigation. Date of activity: 010207. Reporting officer investigator Mark Wiegert. On 010207I, Investigator Wiegert of the Calumet County Sheriff's Department received a fax from Jerry Moen from the Green Bay office of the FBI. The fax contains a report of an examination dated 12/21/06. It indicates the specimens were received on 11/14/06 and the following items were examined in the firearms toolmark unit. The items were labeled as Q14 through Q14.8. The results of the toolmark examination are included in this report. For more information, please see the FBI report. Investigator Mark Wiegert, Calumet County Sheriff's Department. Page 1032. Type of activity: interview of Detective Dave Remaker. Date of activity: 01/11/07. Reporting officer investigator Wendy Baldwin. On 01/11/07, I, Investigator Wendy Baldwin of the Calumet County Sheriff's Department, made contact with Detective Dave Remaker at his office at the Manitowoc County Sheriff's Department. I informed Detective Remaker I needed to ask him a few questions involving an ongoing investigation reference Steve Avery and Teresa Hawag. I began my interview with Detective Remaker at approximately 9:05 a.m. I asked Detective Remaker if he could recall the days between 10/31/05 and 11/05/05, the hours he worked, activities, and personal time after work. Detective Remaker said he worked 8 o'clock a.m. to 4 o'clock p.m. on the 31st. He'd come home and gone to some land on County Highway B in the area of Crystal Springs Road with his brother-in-law, Brad. He recalls he returned home in time to hand out trick-or-treat candy because his wife was ready to have a baby any day. On 11/01/05, he said he had worked only half a day and took a half a day of sick time to go with his wife to the doctor for a checkup to find out how the baby was doing. He recalls at that appointment the doctor told them that she was going to be induced on the 9th of November. Detective Remaker does not recall a great deal, but had thought he worked the morning and took off in the afternoon. On 11/02/05, he said he worked from 8 o'clock a.m. to 4 o'clock p.m. However, does not remember what he did after work. He said that on Wednesday nights he usually played basketball at the school at 6 o'clock p.m. However, with his wife being pregnant, does not know if he did that on that night or not. On 11/03/05, Detective Remaker had taken off because his wife was very pregnant at this point and may possibly have needed him at home that day. On 11/04/05, Detective Remaker worked 8 o'clock a.m. to 4 o'clock p.m. and did not recall the evening hours and his activities. On 11/05/05, Detective Remaker worked 8 o'clock a.m. to 4 o'clock a.m. and recalls very clearly the phone contact he had with Investigator Wiegert of the Calumet County Sheriff's Department where Teresa's vehicle was found on the Avery property. I inquired with Detective Remaker when he started with the department, and he stated he started in the jail in January 1993 through October 1993. He'd been moved to patrol duties from October 1993 through May 2003. Detective Remaker said he also worked with the drug unit for a couple of years. Page 1033. And after that was promoted May 2003 through today's date as detective with Manitowoc County Sheriff's Department. I asked Detective Remaker about the area and his knowledge about Steven Avery's vial of blood, where it was kept, or any knowledge he may have had about it. Detective Remaker did not know anything about it until the defense had brought it to the media's attention in December. Detective Remaker said he had no idea where the blood was, nor had he seen where the blood was kept. I asked Detective Remaker if he has ever had the code or has ever been back in the vaulted secure area of the clerk of courts, and he said no, he has not. He has never had the code for that area, nor has he ever been in the vaulted secure area. He did state while he worked for the drug unit, he was only in the general secretarial area, turning in paperwork or having conversation with the secretaries in the clerk of court's office. He said the secretaries would have to open the secure drawer for him leading to the public lobby area into the general secretarial area. Detective Remacher said he was never told by anybody about the blood being back in the vaulted secure area of the Clerk of Court's office, nor did he know about it prior to the date the defense made everyone aware of the blood. My interview was concluded with Detective Remacher at approximately 9:28 a.m. Investigator Wendy Baldwin, Calumet County Sheriff's Department. Page 1034, Type of Activity Interview of Lieutenant James Link, Date of Activity 01/11/07. Reporting Officer, Investigator Gary Steyer. On Tuesday, 01/11/07, approximately 9:15 a.m., I, Investigator Gary Steyer of the Calumet County Sheriff's Department, spoke with Lieutenant James Link of the Manitowoc County Sheriff's Department at his office. On 01/10/07, Investigator Weger had informed myself, Investigator Steyer, to pick up Lieutenant Link's, Sergeant Colburn's, and Detective Remacher's work schedules and speak with them reference their work schedule from 10:30:05 through 11:05:05 because the defense for Steven Avery might be inquiring as to where these officers were from 10:30:05 to 11:05:05. Lieutenant Link provided myself, Investigator Steyer, copies of Lieutenant Link, Sergeant Colburn's, and Detective Remacher's work schedules for October and November 2005. Lieutenant Link said he had talked with his wife and attempted to try to remember where he was, what he was doing the week of October 30th through November 5th, 2005. On Sunday, 10:30:05, Lieutenant Link stated he had no idea where he was, but guessed he probably had gone to church and then after church watched football that Sunday afternoon. Lieutenant Link indicated he did not work at the Manitowoc County Sheriff's Department on Sunday, 10:30:05. Lieutenant Link also said when he is on his off-duty days, if he is to leave the house, it is generally with his wife. He and his wife spend most or all of their time together when not at work. On Monday, 10:31:05, Lieutenant Link indicated he worked a schedule generally consisting of the hours of 7:30 a.m. to 3:30 p.m. Lieutenant Link indicated he probably went home after working his shift. On Tuesday, 11:01:05, Lieutenant Link indicated he had a meeting with Rohr between 3:00 p.m. and 4:00 p.m. Lieutenant Link, as far as researching his schedules and notes, could not provide any more detail as to what happened on 11:01:05. Lieutenant Link does remember being on vacation on 11:02:05 and looking for a camper trailer with his wife. Lieutenant Link indicated they had been pricing campers in the Appleton and Cleveland area. On Thursday, 11:03:05, Lieutenant Link indicated he was at work at the Manitowoc County Sheriff's Department and did work an 11.5-hour shift assisting Investigator Mark Weger with a missing adult. Page 1035. Lieutenant Link indicates his normal routine after work is to go work out, go home, eat, watch TV, and then go to bed. Lieutenant Link stated if after work he was to go someplace, it would generally be with his wife. On Friday, 11:04:05, Lieutenant Link indicated he was at work from the hours of 7:30 to 3:30 p.m. On Saturday, 11:05:05, Lieutenant Link indicated he was again pricing campers in the Menasha and Appleton area. Lieutenant Link remembers being at a camper dealership, which is approximately 1 mile west of 41 just off of 441. Lieutenant Link indicates around mid-morning he received a call from Detective David Remacher indicating Lieutenant Link should return to work. Lieutenant Link indicated he has been working for the Manitowoc County Sheriff's Department for approximately 18 years. Lieutenant Link indicated during that time he has never received the access code for the Manitowoc County Clerk of Court's office. Lieutenant Link indicated he had no idea the blood was in Steven Avery's file located in the Manitowoc County Clerk of Court's office until DCI Special Agent Tom Fassbender had informed him of it. Lieutenant Link also indicated he had no idea the Steven Avery file was kept in the Manitowoc County Clerk of Court's office. Lieutenant Link indicated during all his years of service he has maybe been behind the Clerk of Court's office approximately twice. Both times he was asked by the clerk who opened the secure door for him to come inside their general area. Lieutenant Link indicates he has not been inside the Clerk of Court's office secure doors for at least 3 years. Lieutenant Link indicated on both occasions he was with a clerk or personnel from the Clerk of Court's office the entire time. Investigator Gary Steyer, Calumet County Sheriff's Department. Page 1036. Type of activity, interview of Sergeant Colburn. Date of activity, 01/11/07. Reporting Officer Investigator Gary Steyer. On Thursday, 01/11/07, at approximately 9:40 a.m., I, Investigator Steyer of the Calumet County Sheriff's Department, spoke with Sergeant Andrew Colburn of the Manitowoc County Sheriff's Department. Investigator Steyer spoke with Sergeant Colburn reference his work schedule from 10:30:05 through 11:05:05. Investigator Steyer had previously been informed by Investigator Mark Wiegert that Investigator Steyer should speak with investigators from the Manitowoc County Sheriff's Department to obtain their work schedule because the defense for Steven Avery may question the officers and their whereabouts. Sergeant Colburn indicated that on Sunday, 10:30:05, he worked his shift of 12:00 p.m. to 8:00 p.m. Sergeant Colburn indicates he can recall where he was because his routine is fairly rigid. On Sundays, Sergeant Colburn indicates at 10:30 a.m. he would have left his house and went to his mother-in-law's house to check on her. Sergeant Colburn indicates every Sunday prior to the start of his shift, he goes over to his mother-in-law's house to make sure she is okay. Sergeant Colburn says he would leave her house at around 11:45 a.m. to go to work. On Monday, 10/31/05, Sergeant Colburn indicated he had worked a 9½ hour workday and was done around 21:18 hours. Sergeant Colburn indicated he would generally go home after a shift is over and watch TV, fall asleep on the couch, and then go to bed. On Tuesday, 11/01/05, Sergeant Colburn indicated he had worked 8 hours. Sergeant Colburn indicated generally he would have returned home or he would have watched TV and then have gone to bed. On Wednesday, 11/02/05, Sergeant Colburn indicated he had worked an 8-hour shift, concluding his shift at 2000 hours. On Thursday, 11/03/05, Sergeant Colburn indicated he had started at 11:45 a.m., where he had worked his 8-hour shift, plus 3 hours of overtime assisting Calumet County Investigator John Dietering in speaking to the zippers about Teresa Halbach. Sergeant Colburn also remembers he was called to go check the Avery residence. Sergeant Colburn indicated he had concluded his shift around 22:50 hours. On Friday, 11/04/05, Sergeant Colburn indicated he was off. He could not recall what he had done on his day off. Page 1037. On Saturday, 11/05/05, Sergeant Colburn indicates he had worked 7 hours when he was called in to assist in a missing persons case, the missing persons case of Teresa Halbach. He had worked until 11:00 p.m. on 11/05/05. Sergeant Colburn indicates he has been with Manitowoc County Sheriff's Department for approximately 16 years. Sergeant Colburn indicated he has been behind the Clerk of Court's office, he believed twice in his 16 years of service. Sergeant Colburn indicated he believed the last time he was behind the secure doors of the Clerk of Court's office was in 2006. Sergeant Colburn indicated he has no code to enter the Clerk of Court's office secure door, and both times was let in by a clerk or personnel from the Manitowoc County Clerk of Court's office, and was asked to come inside the general area. Sergeant Colburn had no idea the Steve Avery case file was located in the Clerk of Court's office, nor did Sergeant Colburn know that there was blood kept in the Stephen Avery file in the Clerk of Court's office. Sergeant Colburn indicated he has never received the code for the Clerk of Court's office secure door. Investigator Gary Steyer, Calumet County Sheriff's Department. Page 1038. Type of activity, interview of Gary Takes and James Riddle. Date of activity 01/11/07, reporting officer investigator Gary Steyer. On Thursday, 01/11/07 at approximately 10:50 a.m., I, Investigator Gary Steyer of the Calumet County Sheriff's Department, along with Investigator Wendy Baldwin of the Calumet County Sheriff's Department, did interview Gary Takes and James Riddle of the Manitowoc County Sheriff's Department. Riddle and Takes are currently bailiffs for Manitowoc County. Takes indicated he had been employed for the Manitowoc County Sheriff's Department for 22 years. Takes indicated he does enter the secure door of the Manitowoc County Clerk of Court's office approximately every day to hand the Clerk of Court personal jail rosters, bail money, and lockup lists. Takes indicates he mainly speaks with Dassey or Mary Jo, two employees of the Clerk of Court's office, when entering into the secure portion of the Clerk of Court's office. Takes indicates he was not aware the Stephen Avery file was in the Clerk of Court's office. Takes was also not aware the blood file was in the Stephen Avery file. Takes indicates he has been behind or in the area of the files in the vaulted area once. Takes indicated in 1999, Takes gave the SWAT for Manitowoc County Sheriff's Department a tour of the Clerk of Court's office and the vaulted area for the officers to observe. Takes indicated only the 2 bailiffs have the code for the Clerk of Court's office from the Manitowoc County Sheriff's Department. Takes indicated the code has changed 3 times since he has been Manitowoc County bailiff. Takes has given the code to Bill Beck, a deputy inspector for support services in 2001, to be placed on file for emergency response team. Takes indicated the code has changed twice since 2001 when Takes gave Deputy Bill Beck the code. I also spoke with James Riddle, a Manitowoc County Sheriff's deputy, who is currently the bailiff for Manitowoc County. Riddle has been employed with the Manitowoc County Sheriff's Department for 8 years and has been a bailiff for 4 years. During his time as bailiff, Riddle indicates the code has changed twice. Riddle indicates every day he delivers the jail roister, bail money, and paperwork through the window and does not go in unless requested by Clerk of Court's office personnel. Riddle indicated he has never gone back by the vaulted section and has never given the code to any other individual. Riddle indicates he has seen troopers in the general area behind the secure door preparing for traffic court with Manitowoc County Clerk of Courts Brenda Smith. Riddle does indicate, however, this is always in the general area. Riddle indicated Carrie Marzeski, Brian Eisenbrenner, and Bob Bonin are the police officers he has seen behind the secure door. Page 1039. Both Takes and Riddle indicated they have never seen Lieutenant Link Sergeant Colborn or Detective Remaker behind the secure door of the Manitowoc County Clerk of Court's office. Riddle also indicated he was not aware of a vial of blood was being kept in the Steven Avery file. Riddle was not aware of the vial being in the Manitowoc County Clerk of Court's office. The interview ended at 11:05 a.m. Investigator Carrie Steyer, Calumet County Sheriff's Department. Page 1040. Type of activity: contact with CASO Toyota, Wisconsin Avenue, Appleton. Citizen contact: Douglas D. Doberstein. Date of activity: 010907. Reporting officer: Investigator John Dietering. Documents generated: none. On Tuesday, 010907 at 1400 hours, I. Dietering did make contact with the following individual at CASO Toyota, Wisconsin Avenue, Appleton, Wisconsin: Douglas D. Doberstein. Doberstein indicated he is a manager at the Toyota dealership. I questioned Doberstein regarding whether the rear seats in a 1994 Toyota RAV4 can be removed or folded in any way. Doberstein indicated the rear seats cannot be removed, but they can be tumbled forward. He indicated if you fold the seat back flat onto the seating cushion of the rear seat and then manipulate another lever, the seats tumble forward. This puts the seat in a position where the seat is doubled over and the folded seat then rests against the back of the front seats. Investigation continues. Investigator John Dietering, Calumet County Sheriff's Department. Thank you so much for joining me on this part of 104 of the CASO Investigative Reads. Thank God I had recorded that middle part before I got my head cold, right? I want you to have a fantastic weekend and just be grateful to have your family around you. And then we'll get back at it on Monday and we'll work to bring home those that are wrongfully convicted. And with that, if you didn't do the crime, you shouldn't do the time. Have a safe weekend. Thank you.